Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel and my first ever YouTube video. Um, right off the bat, I just want to say I'm feeling really awkward staring into the camera and speaking. Yeah, there's nothing like creating your first YouTube video. And it's quite ironic because my job is to sit in front of the camera all day and teach kids how to speak English. So I teach children how to speak English as a second language. Um, but it's much different speaking to children because, first of all, I'm not looking into the camera, I'm looking down at the screen at their little face in the video call. And also, they're kids. I'm really comfortable speaking with children, teaching children, but I'm quite socially awkward. So even when I'm speaking to the camera, it feels really strange to be looking at the camera and not at the screen. But anyway, I'll get used to it. Um, I'll make this sacrifice if it will help other people, and hopefully I can get some support myself. That would be really great. So yeah, let me start by speaking a little bit about what I'm doing right now, and yeah. About 2 weeks ago, I started Dr. Brooke Goldner's healing protocol, the one that she outlines in her book, Goodbye Lupus. If I'm correct, I haven't read the book, but I'm sure that she does outline the protocol in there as well. Um, she also speaks about it in great length on her free classes, which you can find online right now until May 12th, May 13th. I'm not exactly sure, but it's almost ending. So I would highly recommend you sign up for that want to if you want to get healthy, if you're struggling with autoimmune disease, if you want to lose weight, just if you want to get healthy, if you want to be healthier, I would really suggest that if you want to take your health seriously. Um, and I think I've been following it pretty darn close to perfect, but not perfect, so not good enough, because I know Dr. Brooke says that like moderation is not it's not okay to just have stuff in moderation. You should go all in if you want to heal autoimmune disease, which is what I'm trying to do. So I have celiac disease. I was diagnosed about a year and a half ago via blood tests, no endoscopy, but I've had several celiac tests done, blood tests done over the last year and a half, about 5 or 6, and consistently my antibodies stay positive. I've had literally all the symptoms of celiac disease, and most of them cleared up within months of going gluten free. But I've had persistent symptoms, which include but are not limited to hair loss. I used to have really thick, beautiful hair. And I know it sounds quite vain, probably, but any person that's dealt with dramatic hair loss knows how badly it affects your self-esteem. But it also forces you to go deeper within yourself and find self-worth in something else in your looks. But still, it's not fun. It's awful. That hasn't stopped, unfortunately. Other stuff's just like digestive things. I still struggle with that. Skin issues, which is really bad. Terribly dry skin, doesn't matter how much water I drink or how much moisturizer I use. Things like that. Like I said, there's a whole list of things. So I decided that this was like my last option. And if this doesn't work, I am going to have the endoscopy as well as a colonoscopy done, because that is what my gastroenterologist suggested. I've had 2 gastroenterologists. The first one suggested that, but then something happened. I moved away from that town. Life got messy again. Life got busy. And 2 days ago, I saw another gastroenterologist, and he said the same thing. So most people would probably be asking, like, why don't you just go and do it? Like, your doctor is suggesting it, just do it. It's not that bad. It's like standard procedure, whatever. But I am terrified of I'm terrified of going for medical procedures. The only one I've ever had done was having my appendix removed, but I've spent hours in doctor's offices in specialist offices, trying to figure out what was wrong with me before I knew that I had celiac disease. So I can honestly say my experience with doctors, all types of doctors, hasn't been that great. It's literally 1 in 10 doctors that I have found that are actually really good at their jobs and actually care about the patients. I've had horrible experiences, but that's a video for another day. So that's the reason why I don't just want to do that, because it's really invasive. An endoscopy and a colonoscopy are both really invasive, so I don't just want to do that unless I really have to. So they don't want to do that to confirm celiac. Like I said, it is confirmed. Even my gastroenterologist said that there's no doubt that you have celiac disease, but we want to check for other inflammation, maybe if you have polyps. So what I'm hoping is that after following this protocol, I'll give it about 8 weeks because I'm doing it by myself, not with the guidance of Dr. Goldner. After doing it for about 8 weeks, I want to have all of my blood tests done again. The other things that are worrying on my blood tests are my nutrient levels, like my vitamin D, but that has gone up a bit. It was almost deficient. My zinc is really low. My ferritin, iron levels, and a few other stuff as well. I want to see improvement in those, and I also want to see a complete drop in my celiac TCG IgA number, which just basically tells or shows that if your body is still reacting, is still producing antibodies, which would mean either you're still ingesting gluten or your body's immune system is like really overactive still. So I want to see that test negative. I want to test negative for celiac disease. I'm always going to have it, but if I test negative for it, that's a really, really good sign. So that's my why as to why I'm doing this. And then what I want to share as well is, yes, I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks, but I think for the first week and a half, I did too much fruit because I didn't really understand Dr. Goldner's definition of 25%. Was it 25% of calories, 25% in weight of my total food of the day? And then I joined the Smoothie Shred Facebook group, which I highly, highly, highly recommend if you're doing any protocol by Dr. Goldner, which you're doing by yourself, like if you're doing hypernourishment or if you're doing the healing protocol. I highly suggest joining the Smoothie Shred Facebook group because there are people on that group that have done the one-on-one with Dr. Goldner, and as well as the 6-week group rapid recovery, and they actually share stuff that information that I couldn't find on Dr. Goldner's videos, like specific amounts of how much fruit is allowed each day. And I'll share all of that in a separate video if that'll be helpful. I think it would, because I struggle to get the right information and then you end up wasting time in a sense. I mean, yes, you're eating healthier, but you could have been doing it right from day one and you weren't, like me. So yesterday was the only day I had a slip up. It's not really a slip up because it was my choice, but the only day where I did, yesterday and the day before, the only days when I did eat something that I shouldn't have and that I knew that I shouldn't have. The day before yesterday, and yesterday I drank coconut water, which was never mentioned. So I just thought to myself, well, she doesn't mention it, it's just coconut water, it's going to be fine. Apparently it's not fine, you're not supposed to have that if you're on the rapid recovery program and you're trying to reverse autoimmune disease. And then the second thing, which is definitely not on the protocol and definitely not something that you should be eating if you're doing rapid recovery or the healing protocol, I had a whole slab of chocolates. I had a really weak moment. Sorry, my eye's itching. I'm not crying yet. I had a really weak moment and I just felt really low. And then I had that emotional craving for food. Like I felt like if I had that chocolate, it would make me feel better, but it made me feel worse. And I'm going to be honest, I had half a slab today as well before I got the self, what's the word? The self-restraint and I just gave it to my mom. I asked her to just take it, please, so it's out of my house. And that's completely my fault because 2 days ago we had to drive to the gastro about an hour and a half from here, and we went to this Asian supermarket. And my mom got all of this delicious stuff that I can't have because I've got celiac, and also I'm doing the protocol. And we went to another supermarket and I saw this chocolate that I really love. It's vegan, it's gluten free, it's really healthy as far as chocolates go, and it's sweetened with monk fruit, so there's no sugar in, but it's still not on the protocol, and there's still a lot of processed ingredients in it, and it is still a processed food. Um, so yeah, I bought that. So completely my own fault, but I'm not going to do it again. Um, so basically, I'm starting from day one today. We can pretend that this is day one. Actually, tomorrow, because I had half a slap. Tomorrow will be day one. I got my green smoothie here. I'm having it quite late because the power was off today for 2.5 hours. We have load shedding in South Africa, which just means that the municipality, the government control certain times when our electricity will be shut down. It's different for every town and every region, um, due to like over the system getting overloaded, especially in winter because everybody's using more electricity. Um, so I only got to make the smoothie tonight, and it's 5:45 now. Um, but yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I'm basically starting tomorrow from day one from scratch, and this time I'm doing it 100% right. I'm weighing out all of my fruit. I've been weighing out my greens all this time, and I'm going to start weighing out my fruit. Yeah, I'm really excited. What I'm hoping to achieve with this is, like I said, an improvement in my blood tests, in my um, vitamins, minerals, blood test. I don't know how to express what I'm trying to say. Um, I'm hoping to see an improvement in my blood test results, as well as my celiac blood panel. I'm hoping to see those numbers drop to negative. Like, I want it to be negative. I want the person that's like doing the test, the doctor that's doing the test, to just, not be able to tell that I have celiac disease, if I can put it that way. And then, third, and also really importantly, I want to see a physical improvement, and I want to feel a physical improvement. So that would be hair, skin, digestion. And you know what? I honestly, 8 weeks is not a long time. I've been sick for 8, 9 years, and I would be doing myself really not doing, I would really not be doing myself a favor to getting to 8 weeks and going like, oh, haven't seen any real improvements in my skin or my hair. I'm just going to give up. So I don't think I'll do that. But if the blood tests don't improve and they worsen, I have to get the endoscopy and the colonoscopy. Um, yeah, I'll have to get the endoscopy and the colonoscopy then. Um, but yeah, this is my really it feels like my last attempt at healing myself because I've tried a lot of things. I've been vegan for 7 years, but I ate junk food vegan for a long time. But I've been whole foods plant-based vegan for a year and a half, probably just before my celiac diagnosis I started. Um, I would let's rather say a year because I still had some unhealthy things now and again, but I was like 90% whole foods plant-based. Um, so yeah, I am really excited honestly to see what results I get, if any. But I have faith in this because there are so many testimonials, and it's not just like a random person with a random program that's just trying to sell something to me. It's an actual medical doctor that cares about people and that reversed her own autoimmune disease and that knows what it's like to suffer with an autoimmune disease and the absolute struggle of having an autoimmune disease and just the pain, the struggle. She just gets it, and she really, really cares. It shows, it's just something you can instantly tell from watching her videos and hearing her speak. And the more you watch and the more you realize that she's literally giving out all of this information for free. And she really cares so, so, so much. And there's literally nothing negative about her on the internet, like somebody saying that it's a scam or complaining, because it works. It just works. So I honestly have a lot of faith that this is going to work for me. I just think I might need to give it a little bit more time. So anyway, I hope some of that was helpful to someone out there that's thinking about doing the protocol. If you are questioning, well, did you see any improvements within 2 weeks? I don't think I did, because I was high raw vegan just before that. I was high raw vegan for about a month and a half before I started the protocol. So it's not like I was violently ill every day or something. Like I said, my celiac symptoms had mostly gone away months after going gluten free, but I've had other issues that have still been ongoing, like the ones I mentioned earlier, and a few other ones, but nothing that stops me from living my life. But it does make living a bit more difficult, because I never feel fully healthy. I always feel a little bit ill, and that's also frustrating. Um, so I hope that answers that question, if that's a question you had. And celiac is obviously different than lupus and than other autoimmune diseases, so I can't really compare. And I've never met anyone on the healing protocol that has celiac, so I don't really know how long it should take to see the results that I'm looking for. But I will keep you updated. I'm going to post my blood tests. I'm literally going to post everything. I'm going to do what I eat in a days. I'm going to share my chronometer so you can see that I'm getting all my nutrients, and that you can get some guidance on how to eating this way, eating fully raw vegan, and having this huge ass smoothie. And this is only a part of it. I still have another half a blender full in my kitchen. And hopefully I can inspire you to take control of your health and to get healthier and to feel amazing. Right now I'm just feeling normal, but hopefully soon I will be feeling much, much better and looking much better, and just, yeah. Oh, one thing that I can say is I've had a very profound mental shift since going mostly raw vegan before this, and then fully raw vegan. I've had a really good mental shift. My sleep has been better, much, much better. I struggle with my sleep forever. Now I get tired at about 8:30, 9, and I just listen to my body. If I don't, I'm in for trouble, because then I'm going to stay up late on my phone and not get enough rest. But when I listen to my body and go to sleep at about 8:30 or 9, I wake up by myself every single morning at about 5 or 5:30, and I get on with yoga, meditating, journaling. Yeah, okay, I am babbling, but I will speak to you again soon.